Okay, John, a couple things here. I want to make sure that you get squared away at the golf ball because you're starting to get back over the top. And we had that beat, and I don't want to get back into that. So you have to make sure that, the line of the line of your shoulders is already open here. So you can't see it on a two-dimensional screen, but you're going here, which is where your shoulders should be, and they're open. Yet your feet are a little bit closed. So I think this is not enough distance from the golf ball. You're going to have to back up a good inch or so from the ball, more daylight in there. And you definitely have to get your shoulders square because this is promoting over the top, this setup. Okay, so you rotate in the backswing. That's pretty good. That's a good turn there. But you got to watch from there. What does it want to do? It wants to fall down and not go out. That's classic over the top right there. So you want to feel like it's dropping behind you. You want to feel like that's arms, club are dropping under that line. And again, I'll give you the one that I think is the best look at this, but not the only. I mean, to some degree, you see this in every great player. Like there's nobody playing for a living whose club would come over this side of this. They all varying degrees of it. And the reason I use Sergio is because he does it to the nth degree perhaps, but that is the no-no move out there. That's what you can't do. Now, when we were working on the draw last year, you had it dropped in more than this. So it's almost going to feel to you like if you watch his start from the top, look at the hands drop. That is so gravity looking to me. That you get this shape to the like small case Y or whatever that would be. And I got to get your hands further back. So let me bring you back here and show you what I mean. Another example of what I'm talking about. Okay. So his hands at the same point in the swing, his left arm still across his chest, his shoulders are still turned. That's why I say keep your shoulders turned longer. But look where his hands are, and look where your hands have committed to already. See how much further out they are? Yeah. So you got to keep it back, keep it back. As you begin down, you can begin down with your lower body going toward the target. You can drive your left hip at the target, but you have to drop your hands down, and that'll help that club get on more of a playable plane. Because here's what happens. You see that little, where you just hit the toe there? That's what we're going to lose. That's a power outage. Okay, now the camera is on a tripod, right? So it's not moving. So that much movement is an adjustment to try to get that club back in line. You see what I'm saying? You have to go like this. I was just mentioning that to your wife, where you have to get that to stay on the line and the hands to get back in the circle. But it's hard for you to do it standing this close. So I really think moving back a little bit would give you more room to be able to do that. Because if you got a club, if you got your golf club here, I hate these circles. that's built for you and it's lying on the ground properly, and it is, maybe your hands are a little bit low. In other words, the toe might be up a little bit, but you don't want to close the face, right? It's going to feel a little bit open to you, but you're on 53, and you want to get close back to that and not be 10 degrees more vertical. That's what happens when you get to the top and start that way. So why don't you can go right in your backyard and work on just turn and drop your arms behind you. That'll allow the shaft of the club itself, to work more on this plane. And then it would just be a matter of getting your body through, my point is, once the club drops behind you inside and gets a little flatter, you're going to have you'll have a closing club, not an opening one, and you'll be much less likely to come over the top. So one promotes the other, right? If you hit it left to right, you're going to come over the top, and blah blah blah. It's a vicious cycle. But I always bring this video up because I think it's really something to watch, that his hands have reached his belt buckle and his shoulders are still closed. Now that's extreme. You'll not do it to that level, but you have to realize that that's the look that you want. So when your hands get down to your belt buckle level there, you can see how the shoulders are almost completely open, and the club's kind of steep on us. So let's keep working on that draw, okay? I think that's the most important thing to do, is you get the club behind you, you turn your shoulders, and you drop it and you flatten it. You drop it and you flatten it. And again, I'll give you this look here. There it is. And there it is. There it is. And there it is. So that's what we're trying to promote, is to, let those hands feel like they're gravity. And a nice shoulder turn in the backswing will allow you to do that with a little more room from the ball. And we won't get stuck on the steep shaft and hit it off the toe. Balance is good. Follow through is good. You've always had speed to burn. No problems with that. We just got to get it back on plane and back to the inside. All right. So when you're warming up tomorrow before you go play, just feel like you make an extra shoulder turn, drop your arms inside, and let her fire. All right, John.